What's up guys, Caleb here with another installment of Reality Check, and today is all about the Logitech Craft wireless keyboard and the Logitech MX Master 2S wireless mouse. Before we get started, a huge shout out to EveTech. Thanks for sending these products over to us. Both of them are available for purchase on their website, evetech.co.za. Go check them out, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. First things first, I absolutely love the way both of these devices look. It's got a super simple, unobtrusive design, just a one color matte gray finish with some silver accents here and there. They both look about as professional and as premium as computer peripherals can get. Like, they just look outstanding. I love it. Now that we've gotten the aesthetics of both devices out the way, let's just focus on the mouse for a little bit, the MX Master 2S, because this thing is definitely one of my favorite wireless mouses out of all the ones that I've tried, I think. The shape, the build quality, the material finish, it's all just really, really great. The sensor is smooth and accurate and responsive, and the gliding pads seemingly turn any surface into a mouse pad. Like, I'm not even joking about that. It's really cool. So it's just a nice, smooth experience that's just great to use. Also, the matte material finish of the mouse isn't really prone to fingerprints, so it stays quite clean, and yeah, I do like that about it, because matte surfaces can typically be really smudgy and ugly. Moving on to some of the key features, one of them is the added thumb scroll, which is just really nice for functionality and professional purposes. Obviously, it's not a gaming add-on, so just being able to horizontally scroll in Premiere Pro is just so awesome. You never knew you needed it until you've tried it. It's great. Also, the traditional vertical scroll has like this infinity scroll function. It's set on like a wheel that just spins forever and ever. You can toggle it on and off, but it just adds like another premium element to the mouse, which I really, really like. My only gripe with this mouse, and it's more of a personal preference thing than anything else, is the two programmable buttons located next to the thumb scroll. They seem a bit weirdly shaped and placed too close together, and whilst it was designed for productivity, which means a more deliberate press makes sense, so you wouldn't be questioning which button is which, it's still useful for gaming. It just takes a little bit of getting used to. However, as if to counter my feelings towards the programmable buttons next to the thumb scroll, there is like this hidden secret button located in the thumb lip, which is just like, you know, when you find something that just changes your life forever, you know, when you see the light, when you find God in this world, that's what that thumb lip button is like. It's just, it makes so much sense. It's so perfectly placed. It's so easily used. I freaking love that thing. On top of all of that awesomeness, the wireless signal range is great, up to 10 meters. It's a 2.4 gigahertz frequency. It's also got Bluetooth connection options, but the real kicker here, the last awesome feature on the MX Master 2S, is its 70-day battery life. Now, normally people boast those kind of stats, and it's not true, but I've been using this thing for 3 weeks, and it's still got 66% battery life. At least that's what it says. Like, I haven't charged it yet, guys. It's undeniably good. Moving on swiftly to the Logitech Craft wireless keyboard. This thing is also really, really cool. To start off with, the build quality is outstanding. It's got a really premium, hefty, rugged design. It's quite heavy, but that just makes it feel like a solid. The keys are also really nice as well. They've got a soft, springy feel, so it's got a nice tactile response, but doesn't feel tiresome like one might get with a mechanical keyboard. Also, it's got these circular depressions on the keycaps, which feel really natural to type on, and it's just a very smooth, responsive typing experience. The secondary function keys are also really cool because it's got much more of a productivity focus around it. Obviously, it has all the standard ones like volume and brightness control, but some interesting ones that I thought were cool to add on were stuff like a calculator function button. You just press it and a calculator pops up. There's also a screen capture one, and then my two personal favorite were a high desktop key and then also a lock desktop. There's also an interesting little control interface on the top left side of the keyboard. It's like a dial that has a button press as well, which you can set to control things like volume, brightness. If you're using Adobe programs, you can set it to a whole lot of functions inside there as well, like scrubbing, etc. So it's a nice addition for productivity, and it feels pretty cool. Just takes a little bit of getting used to, much like anything that you would have to add onto your control interface, but I enjoyed it. Taking into context the fact that both of these products are designed and geared more towards productivity tasks and professionals and not necessarily gamers, they offer you this really cool control software called Logitech Options, which allows you to set all the macros and all the different functions that you would have for all the programmable buttons and control interfaces that come with this setup. And it's really easy to use, it's really intuitive. And the last thing to mention about it would be this really cool software feature called Flow, Logitech Flow. It works via Bluetooth and a combination of wireless, and typically what you do is you connect your mouse and then by extension through your mouse your keyboard as well to both of your computers, and then you would turn Flow on. It would give you access to control both of your devices as well as copy files from one device to the other using your mouse and just like flying off the side of your screen as if you had two displays set up instead of one, but now two computers. The only thing here is that it's not really super responsive. It doesn't work really quickly. Obviously, the copy of the wireless speed is dependent on your wireless network. So it's a bit finicky, but it is cool. I do like the feature. I think with a bit better implementation, it could be a much more but it's a cool feature. I think with some better implementation and a bit more advancements in the technology, it'll be a whole lot more usable. But right now, it's just cool. It's just like gimmicky. That pretty much wraps it up for these two devices, guys. The wireless MX Master 2S Logitech mouse is a steal at 1,600 Rand, available on Evetech, links in the description. I think that's a really solid price for a mouse that admittedly is geared towards productivity, but I think as a casual gamer, you'd be perfectly happy using it as well. The keyboard is slightly more contentious. Am I using that correctly? At 3,000 Rand, available on Evetech as well, links in the description. That's pretty darn pricey for a keyboard that doesn't offer you that much. Like, yes, there's that dope control interface and there's some interesting secondary function keys, and it's got a great build quality and it is just generally awesome. I think 3,100 Rand, 3,000 Rand is just a little bit too pricey for my liking, but it's not a bad keyboard at all. In fact, it's probably my favorite professionally designed keyboard, not gaming designed keyboard, that I've come across. Anyways, guys, that pretty much wraps it up with this installment of Reality Check. Don't forget to go check out these items on Evetech. Also, let me know what you think about them in the comment section below, although I know a lot of you guys are gamers out there. Don't forget to hit like, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time for another installment of Reality Check. Peace!